Hello family, welcome back to my channel. This is Camielle Janae, and I'm excited to get into what we're going to talk about. But before we do, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. You can get future notifications on when I have more videos coming out. So I've been seeing this circulating all around social media, so we got to talk about it. And it's from bored teachers, and it's saying, let's have a real talk. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's break it down, okay? If you looked at some of my past videos, I'm trying to build and bridge that gap between parents and teachers so it's not so much contention, but we can start working together and understand each other from both sides. I'm, of course, coming from the teacher side, and, we want to communicate to the parents because we love parents. We love your kids, but for us to have a successful school year, some things have to be done, okay? So let's get into it. The first point, it says, parents, if you let your child argue with you, they will argue with me. Okay. I want to know y'all thoughts about it, and I'm going to share mine. This is 100% true. Let me tell you why. First of all, I will say, as a caveat, not all students, not all kids treat every adult the same. We get it. There are outliers, things like that, where it's just something that clicks between you and that child. We see it every day. But overall, and that's what we're talking about, this is very true. Here's the why. You as a parent, you're their first teacher. Whether you know you signed up for it or not, you're the first one. So they know when you are in a good mood. They know when you are happy. They know when you are real serious, like not playing. Like when they get on your last nerve, where you look like you had a bad day. They know all of that. And they are going to respond to that. They have learned how to respond to you in those different situations. When you're telling them to do something and they're going to try to test you and see, do I really have to do it now or can I do it later? Things like that. From childhood, from terrible twos, all of that. We know it's a part of growth and development. So if you let your child argue with you when you tell them to clean their room, and you guys are arguing about it when you're the adult, when the teacher tells your child in school, clean up your mess after snack, go pick up your pencils and papers on your desk that you used for arts and crafts, whatever, they are going to argue with that teacher. Now keep in mind, this is losing class time, teaching time. They also have possibly 20 other students in the classroom. So that's why this is an issue. And that's why they put it first, I'm sure. The second one, if you let your child speak to you in a disrespectful tone, they will take that tone with me being the teacher. 100% agree. First of all, the first one already talked about arguing, but we have to talk about both of them because there is a way that students are supposed to carry themselves in the classroom. As a teacher, and a lot of people have said this, a lot of parents have said this, you are the professional. When I tell you, that's the one time I hear parents calling, for the most part, the teacher's the professional, is when they're talking about in those instances where they're being tried by the student because the student is being disrespectful. That they're saying, no, you're the professional, you're the one getting paid, you're the one who went to school for this. You should know how to act regardless of how my child is acting. Now, is that fair? Think about it. Yes, they are the professional. They went to school for this and they've been taught. They've had many professional developments on how to respond in these situations. But what you're saying is that as the adult of a child, that I'm not going to pay as much attention to that, and I'm going to pay more attention to how you responded to my child being disrespectful to you in your classroom where you are the head person in charge. And keep in mind, other students are looking to see how you are going to react to this child being completely disrespectful to you, using a disrespectful tone in your classroom. Because, again, during the school year, your child is spending more time with that teacher than they are with you. After school, on the weekends, some students go to after-school programs, things like that. And so they have to have respect in their classroom. You see, Mr. and his last name, Mrs. and her last name, Miss whatever. And they need that respect for them to be able to teach and add upon your child's learning and have a day that's actually productive. Not just disciplining, but actually learning. That's the whole point of school. If you can command that respect from your child, even if you have teachers saying, what methods do you try at home that will be appropriate for me to try with your child at school? Because I'm trying to bridge this, I'm trying to work this out, things like that. They're open. But that's conversations that need to be had, and that starts with having a good relationship with your child's teacher. So, third point. If you allow your child to break rules without consequences, they will not do what I say either. Whew. Y'all, this might be my favorite point. Woo! That's all I can say. If you allow them to break rules without consequences, first of all, that is not how the world works. With adults, with kids, with students, with teachers, anything. That's not how it works. There's a consequence for everything. Consequences can be good, consequences can be bad. But if a student thinks, I can do this and there's no consequence, or it shouldn't be, I shouldn't have to pick it up if I made a mess. I shouldn't have to apologize if I did something that hurt someone else. Feelings, physically, things like that. I shouldn't have to do consequences because at home I do what I want. Maybe I'm an only child. Whatever. It doesn't matter. That's not how it works. If you, an adult, are working a job and you decide, I got time today, and I'm going to go and cuss out my supervisor, and I'm going to go and he going to see me or she going to see me act a fool, and I'm about to put everybody in their place. Yes, you feel good for that moment, but do you still have a job? No, because that's the consequence. And so we cannot teach students and children that there are no consequences to the actions that we choose to do. That is not healthy for them, and that is not going to make them be productive when they grow up. I tell my students all the time, and they can tell you this, it doesn't matter if you're in my classroom, it doesn't matter if you transfer and go to a different school, when you go to middle school, when you go to high school, college, you are going to have consequences based on what you do. If you decide, I'm not doing this assignment, this is crazy, this is a waste of my time, that's okay. And the older you get, the more the teacher don't care, because it's an easy F. You can just write this. They might even give you an F plus to be nice. But the point is it's a consequence. You chose not to do the work, they're going to choose that they don't have anything to grade. And they're still going to get paid, but you're going to be taking a class over again. So there will be consequences, and it's so important that students have this conversation with their parents first before even entering the classroom. Starts at kindergarten, when they start either that whole half a day or full day in school. There will be consequences. And then the last point, you see, you are your child's first and most important teacher. We can only build on the foundation you've laid at home. That's just bringing it all together. I mentioned that at the beginning. Yes, you are their first teacher. So you're showing them what is right, what is wrong. I'm not going to say they're going to listen to everything. You're showing them how they should be the best representation of themselves to be a productive student, and how this time, take advantage of it, because what teachers are supposed to do is add upon the knowledge the students already have. If we have to spend so much time on this, how you're supposed to act, you're not supposed to do this, there are consequences, things like that, then we're now wasting time. And so that at the end of the year, you see sometimes teachers are trying to hurry up. What can I teach? What will be the most beneficial before the school year is over? All of this goes into the fact that your child is closest to you, and they're not as close to the teacher. And so a lot of schools, especially like low-income schools, schools, they're not doing as well grade-wise. They spend a lot of time at the beginning in the first half, first quarter, whatever it may be, on relationships, because we know how important that is. Your child knows you. They don't know us as much. They may have just moved to our district, whatever. They were in the grade before, but we're new to them. We know that we have to start and form that relationship with them, because it's so important for them to be able to understand where we're coming from, for them to see that we actually care about them. Those things are so important. We are asking, teachers are pleading that you really take the time out to make sure your students are well prepared socially, mentally, physically, all the things for school so that they can be successful. Again, no student is perfect. We don't require that. But we want to do whatever we can possibly on the forefront of things beforehand so that we can have a great and successful school year. I hope this was helpful to everyone, teachers and parents, community members who are helping our students, because that's what we want to see. We want to see good things happening. We want to see lessons being learned. And I want everyone to have a great school year. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so you can see more videos forthcoming.